welcome to the Scaling Evidence Procedure. This is part of the Essential Hypnosis and NLP training, and it's one of those evidence procedures that is so simple, but it can really make or break a client so that they can start solving their problem. So what is the Scaling Evidence Procedure? Well, what it is, it manages to get the client to scale the problem from 1 to 10 so that they can have something tangible. So a Scaling Evidence Procedure is done before the start of the deep trance hypnosis. So you've gone through your NLP, you've gone through your instructions, your suggestibility test and things like that. And before you start your induction or anything like that, you ask the client to scale the problem. So why do we actually scale the problem? Scaling the problem allows the client to have something to achieve. Whilst the problem is inside their thoughts, they cannot tackle it whilst it's in here. They need to get it out of their head. So on the scaling of the problem, they then have something that they can actually reduce and they can start working towards a solution. And this is how you do it. Before you start your induction and going into your deep hypnosis, simply ask the client, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being there's no problem at all, it doesn't exist, and 10 being this is the worst problem I've ever had, where are you sitting? And allow your client to answer. You want a full number from your client as well. You don't want them to say, oh, it's sitting at about an 8, maybe a 9. Well, it's either 8 or 9. Get them to choose a number. So simply ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being there's no problem at all, it doesn't exist, and 10 being this is the worst problem they've ever had, where are they sitting? Allow the client to process this information as well, because they've never been asked to actually put a number on this problem and how much it's actually affecting their lives. So once they get the number, then all of a sudden you've got something that you can actually start to make tangible so that they can start solving this. So once you have the number, write it down, as you're going to need that because you will rescale at the end of the deep trance hypnosis session. So now you'll go into your induction, you'll do your convincers, your deepeners, and your deep trance hypnosis. And then once your client comes out of the hypnosis, you then ask them again. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how big is the problem? This gives the client evidence that the problem is being reduced or even gone. Now, let's say, for example, your client says they have a problem and it's a number 9. What you're aiming for is at least 2 digits below so that way they can understand that the problem is being reduced or the problem is completely gone. When you're doing your deep trance hypnosis, you can also learn how to do amnesia, which is available in my advanced modern mentoring. And once you introduce amnesia, there's a lot of people that actually come out and they're like, there is no problem. I can only work on solutions. So you're starting to get them to move in that more positive direction. So once you've gone through that whole thing, then you say to them, so on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being there's no problem at all, and 10 being this is the worst problem possible, where are you sitting at now? And the client will say a lower number than what they had before because they're feeling relaxed, they're feeling great, and you've already installed your hypnotic suggestions and things like that, and then they're going, you know what, I can fix this, I can do this. So your rescaling occurs at the end of the script. Now, before you said that the problem was blah, so before you said the problem was a 9. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where is the problem now? Where are you sitting? So notice the wording states only the lower end of the scale. So I will say on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being there's no problem, where are you sitting now? And this is done because people tend to always focus on the negative if you give them the option to be negative. Don't give your client the option to choose the negative and they won't. This will encourage them to start retraining themselves towards a more healthy and positive solution for what it is that they're aiming for. Now, scaling doesn't need to be done every single time, but I highly recommend it for front of mind problems like weight issues, pain, smoking, habits, fears, and phobias. If I'm just doing a relaxation session or something like that, I won't actually scale the problem. But if it's anything, especially for pain, I will get them to scale the problem. So please join me in the next video. I'm going to be talking about metaphors. Now, metaphors can be done in a waking state or a sleep state, or a hypnosis state, I should say. It doesn't matter either way. But once you learn the power of metaphors, it's amazing how you can get a message through and you can bypass into the subconscious and you can get that message through without the person even realizing it. So join me in the next video. I will be talking all about metaphors. Talk soon. Bye-bye. Mwah.